Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. How are you guys? I hope you guys have been doing well. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel and you would like to, click the subscribe button, which is at the top, and also click the thumbs up button on this video or the like button, and drop me a comment below. Also, I would for this particular video, if you have like video responses, if you want to do a video response, I would love to see your video. So definitely do not shy away from doing video response for this particular video. Okay, so um my video topic today, which is, do women have to earn love as opposed to just receiving it just because? It came from a Facebook post on my friend's wall. One of my friends, she had a quote by a social activist, a well-known social activist. I'm going to read the quote to you all now, and then I'll go into my topic. Because I read it today, and I was like, wow. I got on the computer right before I left for church this morning, and I was like, that was dope. I was like, oh my god. So I'm going to like minimize this screen right here because I just want to read it. Actually, I might be able to. No, I'm just going to minimize and I'm going to read it. Now, if you all don't see me, you should still be able to see me. If you don't see me, you'll hear me. So just let me, it's real short. I'm going to read it and then I'm going to go into it. Okay. So give me 1 second. All girls continue to be taught when they are young, if not by their parents, then by the culture around them, that they must earn the right to be loved, that femaleness is not good enough. This is a female's first lesson in the school of patriarchal thinking and values. She must earn love. She's not entitled. She must be good enough to be loved. And good is always defined by someone else, someone on the outside. From Communion, Female Search for Love. To return to love, to get the love we always wanted but never had, to have the love we want but are not prepared to give, we seek romantic relationships. We believe these relationships, more than any other, will rescue and redeem us. True love does have the power to redeem, but only if we are ready for redemption. Love saves us only if we want to be saved. By Bell Hooks, born Gloria Jean Watkins, author and social activist. Okay, so hope you guys heard me. I don't know if you saw me or not. But anyway, yeah, so Bell Hooks, born Gloria Jean Watkins. She's an author and a social activist. She wrote the poem, I think it's a poem called We Real Cool. So I haven't read that poem in so long, but I remember hearing about it in high school and I think grammar school. So anyway, I'm gonna catch up. And she wrote some other books. I want to catch up with her works. So yeah. So that started me to thinking I wanted to do a video because I just had all this stuff in my head I was thinking about. So yeah, I totally agree with her quote, her statement. I think it was right on point with how the world is with women today, how society is with us. I think we are kind of, forced to deal with and live with these certain type of stereotypes and stigmas, which are usually negative, and the stereotypes, that society puts on us, that men put on us, and we have to kind of deal with it. We're like little sponges, and we just soak up everything, and we deal with it, and we just smile, and we keep going, and things are not always going good with us. We're kind of forced to smile, like that one right there. Women are expected to hold it together no matter what. We gotta always smile and pretend like everything's okay. Everything's not always okay, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a hard ass time. We are forced to constantly pretend, and put up this facade just so everyone else is okay. We can't show, any sort of weakness or any sort of vulnerability. We're unsure about, even though we are emotional creatures, and we are, every man knows, everybody knows that, okay, women are more emotional than men. We are the emotional creatures, they're more so like physical. So even though we all have emotions, because we are human, but it's like we're kind of, I don't know, even that we have to pretend, I guess, because we don't want to look weak and we don't want to look like we can't handle a situation. So that can be hard deciding, if you can cry in front of somebody that you're in love with, or, is that okay to do? And, it's just really, really hard. And also when you're a black woman who grew up with a single mom, like, me. It's really hard because you're a single mom. You see her struggle, day to day, trying to make life great for you guys. My mom did a damn good job. Okay, if I must say so myself. And she imparts these wisdoms upon you. Just teach you different things about how to live your life, the kind of woman that you need to be, and you kind of it's just hard. You kind of raised to be a little tougher anyway than other girls are because they have their daddy and they have the advantage of having daddy in the house to teaching about men, boys, relationships, sex, whatever, and you don't have that. And your mom, she's doing all she can. She can teach you everything, but she can't really tell you stuff that your dad would tell you because it's like, she's not a man. She going to do so much, and she kind of just raises you to be strong and hard and tough. You have to be. We feel like we have to be. We girls who are raised by the single moms. We're tougher than the other girls. So yeah, we deal with a lot of BS, but yeah, I just feel like society has these certain standards for us. Like when it comes to, I do feel like we women, we feel like we do have to earn love as opposed to just somebody wanting to love us because, and respect too. It's like you have to be a certain type of woman to get respect. Now, I've heard of you got to respect yourself first before anybody else respects you, which I agree with. I'm not saying I don't. But I think that when it comes to respecting women, you need to respect them regardless of how they dress, how they're acting, how they're whatever. You should just respect, them just because. I mean, you respect anybody, It's like men, they got that one real bad. Like they first of all, they categorize us a lot. So and I think there was a song too by NDRE. The song, I'm not sure, average girl from the video girl, yeah, video. That song actually, what she was saying, like her mom told her, a lady ain't what she wears, but what she knows. So it's not you respect a woman whether she has a mini skirt on or some jeans or dress slacks, whether she's wearing a uniform. She should be respected just because, not because she's a certain type of female. So you feel like, oh, I don't have to love that kind of female. I don't have to show her no love. I don't have to respect her. She's nothing. I can trample on her all I want. Because of just simply what she's wearing or what she does for a living or whatever it is. The kind of background she comes from. You feel like it's okay to do her any kind of way, and that's not true. So I definitely think, physically, it's a lot. Yeah, we're kind of held to the standard, like, oh, she needs to look a certain way, yeah, like for instance, like the whole big booty thing, like you got the girls getting the ass shots and they're trying to look a certain kind of way, like video models, because they want to be attractive to men. So men are saying, you need to look like this, because you don't look like this, we don't want you. Like, you might as well crawl on a rock and die because you don't have a big enough booty, your boobs are not too big, you're too skinny, or you're really fat, and you're not curvy enough, or whatever it is. It's just these impossible standards. You're not pretty enough, and I definitely, myself personally, can relate to growing up not thinking I was quite pretty enough, just being bullied at school a lot, always being called ugly and things like that. So I naturally relate to that, that feeling of, I'm not good enough. Am I pretty enough to be loved? Am I good enough? Am I wonderful enough? I don't feel as good as, I don't feel like the other girls. I feel like I'm different. I feel like nobody's ever really gonna whatever, love me or be friends with me or accept me or respect me for who I am, so I know what it feels like to feel like you're not seen or to feel, invisible. So it can be a really, really kind of a, shitty ordeal for those of you who've been bullied. It's a really shitty experience. So I definitely think society puts these different, like, standards on us. Like, a woman who, for instance, has a high education and she works in an office somewhere, she wears a uniform, she gets more respect than a girl who works at Onyx. Onyx is a strip club in Atlanta, which I've never been, but I would like to go to it one day. Just thought I'd throw that side note in. But anyway, yeah, they, it's like automatically, because of the categories that men put us in, they pick and choose who they respect or who they love, who they make a wife, So, speaking of wifey, that's one of the different little categories. I kind of summed this up in my head like not too long ago, like how men like put us in these little categories, like from top to bottom. So who's on the bottom of the totem pole? Who's at the top? So obviously, wifey's number one. Okay, if you get the ring, girl, you doing the damn thing. Like that's number one. And then you got friend. That's the next best category. Then you got baby mama. You got jump off. You got jump off slash hole or whatever. You got cut buddy, fuck buddy, however you want to say it. You got one night stands, flings, or as Steve Harvey calls it, throwbacks. Throwbacks is if a guy if he's sports fishing. And I'm explaining that because some of y'all ain't hip to the Steve Harvey lingo. So y'all like, what the hell are you talking about? Uh, Sports fishing is, a guy basically, if he ain't looking for nothing serious, he'll kind of, and depend on your standards. Like that's and basically standards is basically all Steve Harvey talked about in his book. He talked about standards a lot, having these certain standards that you set and holding them high, requiring certain things, so you don't end up being a throwback. So if a guy is kind of sports fishing, I'm trying to remember what exactly did he say about being a throwback. Throwback is basically like the opposite of a girl that you would make a wife. So it kind of depends. So it's like he's talking about lowering your standards and things like that. And so yeah, a lot of I don't know. A lot of women some women agree with him, and then other women were not so agreeable. They were not really feeling what he was talking about, especially when he was talking about the 90-day rule and the no sex thing and all this kind of stuff and getting played. And I don't know. For me, it was just so many different viewpoints, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't think anybody's wrong. I think all this is actually kind of interesting, just listen to all the different viewpoints. But I think, as an individual, you have to make that, decision on your own, how long you are going to wait or, whatever it is. But anyway, me and they kind of unfairly categorize us. And I don't know, sometimes it feels like we're trapped inside their little world and, we're kind of subject to whatever. And I just feel like we're not as free, as we think we are. And I don't know, it's kind of just unfair because we're always worried about being judged, like all the time. Like we get called a hoe we can get called a whore for anything. We ain't done nothing. Never. Now, the definition of a whore is basically just a slang term for a prostitute. It's another word for prostitute. It means a woman who sleeps with men for gifts or money. You could have never done that type of shit in your life and get called a whore. You'd be like, what the hell? Why am I a hoe? It's just we're so afraid we're going to be, judged, and it's which is another reason why female sexuality is just really it's kind of a taboo topic. It's very taboo. Men talking about sex and what they do sexually and how they do it and whatever, who they do it to, it's never been taboo. It's always been okay. It's a good old boys club. It's like, hey, oh, you fucked up, oh, you did that, da, 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 oh, yeah, she did this, woo, woo, this, and whatever. And okay, but a woman talking about it, it's always like, she's a hoe. Oh, she has no class. Oh, it's just always this judgment, that kind of comes along with it. We feel like we can't be as free because we always worry about what the guy's going to think about us, if we are sexual or talk sexual, especially with the guy we're trying to date and make something happen with, it's just really, it's hard, so we feel like we're walking on ice, walking on thin ice, and we say, if I walk too, if I put my foot down too heavy and I go too far, I fall right through. I gotta be real easy with this, but I gotta tread lightly, whereas they feel like they can say whatever, they can do whatever, and it doesn't really bother anybody, and we're kind of like made to accept whatever they give out. But when we do something, we want to be ourselves, and we want to be sexually uninhibited and free, it's like, bitch, what? You a hoe, you this, that, and the third, something's wrong with you. And I just think, like, why? Why are we allowing this? Why is this okay? So I always applaud women who, step outside the box, especially with their sexuality, and who are not afraid to really come out there and say, yeah, damn it, I have sex and I like it. This is what I do. Like the character on Sex and the City, the most famous character, Samantha. Samantha. We love Samantha. Samantha is awesome. I really, and Kim Cattrall is her real name, but she plays Samantha Jones on Sex and the City. I loved her. I loved her character. I think her character is like a hero for all women. Like, she was very sexual. She loved sex. She was not a relationship girl. Even when she got into a relationship with Smith Jarrett, she was like, she had to end it at some point. She's not a relationship person. She's a sexual person. and she was proud of it. She was proud of who she was, and she didn't care about what people thought about her, and judgment and things like that. I think that we have to be like that as women. I think we have to get to a point where we like, you know what, man, fuck what you say. I don't give a damn what you think about me. I'm me. I do me all day long, okay, honey, okay? Don't try to come for me. So you have to get to a point where you can kind of embrace who you are and just be proud of it and not be so ashamed of somebody saying something. Because you got to realize people are always going to say something about you. They always going to say something. They're going to say something anyway, whether you do anything or not. So you might as well just do what you want to do, right? I mean, that's my thing. Like, why do you care so much what the hell they talking about? So I don't know. It's just always been that. It's just been weird. If a woman sleeps with more than one guy, she's automatically a whore. She's automatically somebody you don't want to make wifey. She's automatically at the bottom of that list. At the bottom of that, she's the last category. Nobody wants to get with that girl. She's been with everybody. But if a guy gets with everybody, we're supposed to get with them, right? We're supposed to be fine. Like this mother effer done been with like 20,000 women, and we supposed to be like, okay, all right, that's my hubby. And I'm like, well, why he get to, clown out and, he gets to do the damn thing. He gets to go around and, he gets to do whatever. Like, he just have a field day, and we just sitting there looking like, like, when we're unwanted, and we feel unwanted and unloved and very, very disrespected. So, I don't know. I just think it's really, I don't know. It's kind of a shame, It's like we're kind of put in this little box here, and we all chained up, and I don't know. It's kind of it's hard, I think some now all men are like that. There are a lot of men who are really open to a woman being, as sexually free as she wants to be. Like a lot of them, are like, yeah, I mean, of course, they're totally open to that. And you have other people who always, judge you, like they judge Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead. When she came out with her book, oh my God, she got called a whore and slut so many damn times. Chad, you probably thought that was her name. Like, is your middle name Slut? Because everybody keeps calling you that. But she's, I would love to talk to her. And she seems like a fabulous lady. She's just a woman who's been hurt. And they kind of, it's almost like they stoned her. They like verbally stoned her, mentally stoned her. Like, it was horrible. I'm like, why are you throwing so much shade at her? Because she talked about her sexploitations. She talked about her little sexual relations that she had in the past with all these famous men. It's like, she said she got an email from a guy saying well, we don't know who it's from. It's like an anonymous email, but somebody sent her an email saying a real lady would have kept her mouth shut. Now, why the fuck should she keep her mouth shut? Because you men don't ever keep your mouth shut. You're always yapping about who you effed, who gave you some head, who's a slut, who's da 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 da, who you can get it from real easy. What the hell? You all are always talking. When it comes to a woman saying something, you got a problem with it. You don't like that. That hurts your ego. It really gets you. You don't like that. I thought she was in bad bitch mode myself, and I was all for it. I bought both. I think I bought both of her books and read them. I think either bought them or I got them from the library. I bought one of them, so I think the other one I just got from the library. But anyway, she was awesome. I liked how she, told it all. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna bear these burdens. I'm gonna put it out there. I mean, why not? Why not make some money? I thought that was straight up, boss bitch mode. She made that money, and I didn't have a problem with her coming out and being open and honest. I never really thought she was a whore. I didn't. I want to be honest with you. A lot of people call her a whore, but I'm like, I don't really think she's a whore. I mean, what about these guys? If she's a whore, then what are they? These are men, and she slept with married men, a lot of married men, and these mother effers knew they was married, knew they had a wife and kids at home, but they still slept and laid with her. But they get no insult. There's no word for them. Nobody wants to talk about what they did. They act like, she's not the only guilty party. If you want to say she's guilty, he is too. But see, this is what I'm talking about. This is another thing society does to us women. It's just another way to keep us down, hold us down, keep us enslaved. It's like, time men do something, they don't ever get called out on bad behavior, but women do. We're always getting called out on stuff we do. And we're like, all I was doing was being me, and this dude can do whatever he want, and we ain't got nothing to say. There's nothing to say about him. So I think they need to be held accountable for stuff too. It's just crazy. Same thing with like when you have these relationships where, a guy will get a girl pregnant and he leaves her. and doesn't he decides, hey, I don't want to be bothered with family, no wife, nothing like that. I don't want to do this. This is not for me. He just walks off, and then she's left to be a single mom to that kid or those kids. And I know what that's like. That's what happens to my mom, and that shit is stupid. It's like everybody look at the woman like she crazy, and it's hard. It really is. Like, why does he get a choice? Women don't. It's like we don't have a choice. As mom has to take everything on her shoulders. He doesn't have to do anything. He can make up his mind. He can make these beds. He can lay down with this woman. He can tell her, I love you. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, I would be together with you forever. I love you, girl. You the beat in my heart. Oh, I love you so much. I'm here for you. I'll always be here for you. Make a baby with her and then walk his punk ass out the door like she doesn't even exist. I mean, they will make a baby with you, make a family with you, and wake up one morning and decide, you know what? There's so much more I could be doing with my life. Why am I sitting here raising these damn kids with her? All right, that's it. Let me pack my bags. I'm getting the fuck out of town. I mean, like, what? Why do they get that choice and we don't? Now, there are mothers who do walk away from their children. I'm not saying women don't ever walk. Yeah, women walk away from children too. But I'm just saying, more often than not, it's always the guy deciding that he don't want to be bothered, and he's leaving he's leaving her to do, all of the work, and it takes a village to raise a child, not one woman. Okay, so you got it all screwed up. You got it backwards. Okay, dude, like you have to be there for this woman. Anytime you make a child, you are responsible for having a say so in how that child lives and what kind of life the child's gonna have. So you have to help her. You help make her, make the child. Last time I checked, fingers and toys don't make babies. Okay, dicks and sperm do. So you need to stop being a dick and realize it was your sperm that was implanted inside of her vagina, and somebody started growing on the inside, and now the person's here in her arms, in the flesh. You looking down at your son or daughter, that beautiful gift that God gave you. So act like you appreciate it, act like you know what's up, and raise the baby. Help her take care of what you are a part of. It is a 50-50 thing, okay? How dare you walk away? Who are you? You walked your ass away. Where the fuck you going? I mean, come on now. Who do you think you are? You know, that's not funny. She's gonna be in poverty or, you know, just have a really hard time trying to rear up, especially if it's more than one kid. It's like 6 kids, for instance, or 5 kids, or 3 kids. That shit hard. Like, I mean, even two. For my mama, it was just me and my little brother, but still, it's hard sometimes. She did a damn good job, but still, you know, we're just really blessed. It could have been worse, but we had a great life. I'm not saying I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I had a horrible life. No, I had a great life, but I'm just saying it's hard to raise children by yourself. We need a little help sometimes. You can't do that. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't understand. I just feel like society is always telling us how to be and what to be and how we should think, and as if we don't know. We don't need nobody to tell us what to do. We're strong and intelligent and just as articulate and as any man. Like, we are just as powerful as anything. We really are powerful. We really are. So women, what I'm saying to you today is embrace your power, your femininity, your natural beauty. Embrace who you are, because you rock. You really do. You are the sunshine. You are. And you gotta think of yourself as that. Like, I mean, F everybody else, okay? F everybody else and their bullshit, because they will try to throw it your way and ask you to put it on your shoulders, and you be like, get that shit off my shoulders. I ain't carrying no burdens for you. And for those of you who are single mothers, mwah, much love to you, because you all are awesome, and you really are like the rocks. You got to be the rocks. You got to be hard. You got to really be tough, because you've been dealt just, a really unfortunate hand in life. And I'm so happy, those of you who actually do what you're supposed to do, you actually raising your kids, you working hard, trying your best to give them everything, yeah, it's like you're trying to give your kids all of it, with just a little bit. You don't even have much, but you're trying to give them everything. So keep doing what you're doing. The Lord does see you. You're doing great. And I just want to applaud you. I just want to applaud you guys. And all you fathers out there who actually are good fathers, I do applaud you as well. Like, I'm not talking to everybody. Like, if you a good daddy, I wouldn't talk to you. So don't even get mad. I'm like, I ain't talking to you then. You good, you good. So yeah, you guys are great. Definitely keep doing what you're doing for all you fathers who really are like, you own it. You taking care of those babies. You know, even if you ain't with the woman no more, you still making sure your kids are taken care of. So I applaud you as well. Much love to you. But anywho, I'm going to get off of here now. This was like a little rant. I know I kind of went off the deep, you know. Sorry. I got a little emotional because this topic really hits home for me because, you know, just of everything. Having grown up with a single mom and also just being a woman that, you know, being bullied when I was younger and just being able to connect with all that feelings of like the world is on top of you. The world is requiring so much of you and you got to live up to this standard. You got to be this certain type in order to get loved. You know, you're not going to get, if you're not this certain type of woman, you don't act like this and walk like this and talk like this, then you're not going to get love and you don't deserve love. And that's not true. That's not true. Every woman deserves respect, love, and to be treated well. I don't care whether she's a stripper, a hoe, prostitute, you know, or you know, a teacher or a preacher or, you know, what. I don't care what she is. I don't care who she is. She still deserves love and respect. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to stop ranting and raving. And you guys enjoy this video. And please, if you want to do a video response, I want to see it. So definitely do a video response to this. Leave me some comments. Share this with somebody that you know. Yeah, and y'all just, yeah. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.